If your business buys anything or pays any bills at all, you're going to want to stick around for this. We are talking about the absolute bedrock of your entire procurement and accounts payable process, your master data. Getting this right, well, it's the difference between a smooth, efficient operation and just constant, frustrating chaos. So let's break down how to get this under control.
Here's how we're going to do it. First, we'll dive right into the chaos that manual data entry causes. Then, we'll get into the solutions, how to properly govern both your vendor and your material master data. And finally, we'll look at the incredible impact that having true data integrity can have on your whole organization.
All right, let's start with a scene that is probably way too familiar for a lot of companies. I like to call it the Wild West of data creation. This is where pretty much all the problems get their start.
Now this right here points to the real root cause. See, it's not about one person making a single mistake. It's the process itself that's broken. When literally anyone can just shoot off an email to get a new vendor or a new material set up, well, you're basically opening the floodgates for inconsistency and error. You're contaminating your entire system from day one.
It might just seem like a messy process on the surface, but believe me, the downstream effects are huge. So what really are the consequences of doing things this way?
The problems show up in some very specific and very damaging ways. You get duplicate vendors, right? Which means you can't see your total spend with a supplier, you miss out on volume discounts, you might even pay the wrong company. Then you've got incorrect tax details. That's a surefire way to get into trouble with compliance and audits. Inconsistent material descriptions mean your teams can't even find what they need, so they just buy it again. And coding errors? They can throw off your entire financial reporting. Honestly, each one of these is like a little landmine waiting to go off.
And this really gets to the heart of it. These aren't just little data entry problems that live in a spreadsheet somewhere. No. Every single one of these errors creates friction, exceptions, and roadblocks for everything that comes after. For purchase orders, for invoicing, for receiving goods, for reporting. It's this massive ripple effect of inefficiency that just slows the entire business down.
Okay, enough about the problem. Let's talk about the solution. How do we actually bring some order to all of this chaos? Well, it all starts with governing your vendor master data through automation.
Now, when we say automation here, we're not talking about some crazy science fiction. We're talking about something super practical. Replacing all those chaotic emails and random spreadsheets with structured workflows and standardized templates. It's all about creating one single controlled way to create and manage your data.
This whole process really boils down to three powerful actions that all build on each other. First, right at the point of entry, you enforce which data fields are absolutely required, and you validate them. That's your first line of defense. Second, the system is actively hunting for duplicates to stop the same supplier from being created over and over. And third, once that data is in the system, you control any changes with strict multi-step approval workflows.
Let's take a closer look at those validated fields. We're talking about the absolute non-negotiables. The correct legal name, verified tax IDs, and of course, accurate bank details. Just getting this information right from the very beginning prevents countless payment and compliance headaches down the line.
And that duplicate detection, it's critical. The system actively checks if a supplier already exists before anyone can create a new one. So the key here is you stop paying ABC Corp and ABC Corporation Inc. as if they were two totally different companies. You finally get one single source of truth for every single supplier relationship.
Okay, so we've locked down our vendors, but what about all the things we buy from them? Let's move on to material master data. The challenge here is all about consistency.
This slide shows the difference perfectly. I mean, look at the left side, manual entry, where one person calls it a 1/4 inch screw, another calls it a screw 1/4 inch, and a third just types fastener. It's a mess. But on the right, with automation, you enforce a consistent naming convention. So now everyone is speaking the same language and can find exactly what they're looking for.
And it goes way beyond just the name. The system makes sure that all the key attributes are standardized. Units of measure are consistent, so no more confusion between buying a box versus an each. And tax categories and valuation methods, they get applied correctly every single time, which is just vital for accurate inventory costing and financial reporting.
The system is also pretty intelligent. It can actually spot when a required field for a certain type of material is missing, and it can enforce category-specific rules. So for example, it might require a specific safety certification for one category of chemicals, but not for, office supplies. This makes sure every entry isn't just consistent, but it's complete and correct for its type. But what about changing data that already exists? The same level of control has to apply. As you can see here, if a user requests to modify a record, let's say changing a vendor's bank account, it doesn't just happen instantly. Nope.
It gets routed through a predefined workflow for approval by the right people. Only after it's been verified is the change actually made. This is how you protect the integrity of your data for its entire life.
So, we've seen how to fix the data, but what's the ultimate payoff? This brings us to the real impact of data integrity. This is the why behind all of this hard work.
The end goal is this: a world where your processes just flow. Purchase orders don't get stuck because of bad data. Invoices match perfectly. Reports are accurate. All that constant firefighting and exception handling that bad data causes, it just disappears.
And this all translates into 3 massive benefits for the business. First, your compliance is improved because all your tax and vendor information is correct from the start. Second, your financial controls are strengthened because you have a clear, auditable trail for every piece of master data. And third, efficiency is ensured because you've finally gotten rid of all that friction and rework that was slowing everyone down.
Ultimately, this is about making your entire procurement and payables process reliable and efficient, from the second a new vendor is created to the moment that final payment is made. It's about building your operations on a foundation of solid rock instead of shifting sand.
So that leaves us with one final thought to consider. Take a hard look at your own operations. Right now, is your foundational master data a valuable asset that's helping your business run smoothly, or is it a hidden liability, creating chaos and risk every single day?